right? I did. No, 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 no. I did. Uh, Janet, are you ready for flying tonight?
Oh, Captain, I'm always ready, just like you are to take us on a slightly bumpy ride. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your lead flight attendant, Janet, speaking. We're just about ready to take off, so please ensure your seatbelts are fastened, your seats are in the upright position, and your tray tables are stowed away. If you have any hand luggage, please store it in the overhead compartments or under the seat in front of you. Our captain, who is definitely not auditioning for a role in a disaster movie, is at the controls, and our first officer is the only one brave enough to sit next to him. We wish you a pleasant flight to our destination. Thank you for choosing us, and remember, if you see the captain sweating, it's just his natural charm.
Grand Forks International Ground, Piper Cessna, November Lima Free Whiskey 15, requesting taxi for straight out departure, Grand Forks International Ground.
Cessna Whiskey 15, taxi to runway 9 right via Alpha 4, Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Sierra, Echo. Contact tower on 118.4 when ready for departure.
Whiskey 15, taxi runway 9 right via Alpha 4, Alpha Bravo, Charlie, Sierra, Echo. Contact tower on 118.4. Sure, find out where the stuff is. Alpha, Bravo, Charlie. Yes. Question is, yeah. Annoying me that I can't grab this control and move it like I'm supposed to. Oh, this is Alpha. Right. So Bravo's actually behind us, so we need to turn around.
Air 145 Kilo Alpha, continue taxi via taxiways Bravo and Charlie, hold short of runway 12.
Continuing taxi via Bravo and Charlie, holding short of runway 12, King Air 145 Kilo Alpha.
Bravo. Uncle Henry, where is Taxi Charlie?
Taxiway Charlie is typically located on the east side of the airport, connecting the runway to the terminal area. You can request taxi instructions from ground control saying, Cessna Lima 3 Whiskey 15, request taxi to Charlie. Just make sure to look out for any traffic while taxiing.
Ground, Skywest 510, taxi to Alpha, would like to taxi to the terminal.
SkyWest 510 Grand Forks ground, taxi to terminal at your discretion. Have a good day.
This actually says, let me know.
King Air 145 Kilo Alpha cross. Runway 12, contact ground on 121.9.
Crossing runway 12, contacting ground on 121.9, King Air 145 Kilo Alpha.
Grand Forks International Tower, Cessna Whiskey 15 holding short runway 04, departure straight out, Grand Forks Tower.
Cessna Lima 3 Whiskey 15, Grand Forks Tower, runway 9er right, wind 165 at 5, cleared for takeoff.
Grand Forks International, Cessna 8863 Alpha, 5 miles east of the airport, turning base, request touch and go on runway 27 right, Cessna 63 Alpha.
Whiskey 15, runway 9R, cleared for takeoff.
Skyhawk 63 Alpha, runway 27 right, cleared for the option.
Cleared for the option, Cessna 63 right. Grand Forks International Tower, Cessna 8863 Alpha on the crosswind at pattern altitude. Doing pattern work, Cessna 63 Alpha. Say again, please. Runway 27 right, report midfield, Cessna 63 Alpha.
Skyhawk 63 Alpha, runway 27 right, right closed traffic approved. Report midfield each time.
Hey Janet, how's my flying?
Oh, Captain, your flying is like a fine wine, full of unexpected twists and turns. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your lead flight attendant, Janet, speaking. We're just about ready to take off, so please ensure your seatbelts are fastened, your seats are in the upright position, and your tray tables are stowed away. Our captain, who is definitely not auditioning for a role in a disaster movie, is at the controls, and our first officer is the only one brave enough to sit next to him. We wish you a pleasant flight to our destination.
Grand Forks Tower, Skywest 510 on final runway 35 left.
Skywest 510, Grand Forks Tower, winds 310 at 17. Runway 35 left, cleared to land.
Runway 35 left, clear to land, Skywest 510.
Cessna Whiskey 15, you're leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Cessna Whiskey 15, train frequency approved. Uncle Harley, how long have you been flying?
Well, Dan, I've been flying for over 40 years. I started back in the 70s and flew everything from small Cessnas to big jets. It's been quite a ride, and I still love sharing what I've learned with you. So, what's next on your mind?
What's the best way to recover from a stall?
To recover from a stall, first, reduce the angle of attack by smoothly pushing the yoke forward. Then, apply full power to regain airspeed. Once you're back in the green, level off and climb if needed. Remember, it's all about keeping calm and staying coordinated.
What's a moose small?
Well, Dan, a moose is small enough to fit in a Cessna, but big enough to cause a serious dent. Just remember, if you see one on the runway, it's time to go around.
How many types of stalls are there?
There are several types of stalls, Dan. The main ones include power-on stalls, power-off stalls, and accelerated stalls. Each has its own recovery techniques and scenarios. For example, a power-on stall occurs during takeoff or climb when you're trying to gain altitude but exceed the critical angle of attack. Understanding these can really enhance your stall recovery skills.
So how do we recover from a power-on stall?
To recover from a power-on stall, first reduce the angle of attack by smoothly pushing the yoke forward. Then, apply full power to regain airspeed. Once you're back in the green, level off and climb if needed. Remember, it's all about keeping calm and staying coordinated.
What's a power-off stall?
Beechcraft 9001 Bravo, cleared to land runway
A
24
power-off
wind
stall
calm.
occurs when the aircraft
Clear
is
to
in a
land,
clean
runway 24,
configuration,
Beechcraft
and you reduce power to
9001
right,
Bravo.
usually during a descent or approach. The goal is to simulate a landing scenario. To recover, you need to lower the nose to reduce the angle of attack and smoothly add power to regain control. Always remember to maintain coordination with the rudder.
Janet, do you feel sick?
Oh, Captain, feeling sick? Only when I think about your flying. But don't worry, I'm as fit as a fiddle, just like your navigation skills. Always a bit off key.
Oh, really? Can you sing us a song?
Okay, Captain. I'll just keep an eye on the sky and hope you don't decide to take us on a scenic tour of the clouds.
I don't think we have any clouds.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your lead flight attendant Janet speaking. We're currently flying on the Cessna Lima 3 Whiskey 15, and while our captain is at the controls, I assure you that the only thing he's good at navigating is the in-flight menu. So sit back, relax, and if you see him sweating, it is just his way of showing how much he cares about your safety. Thank you for flying with us.
Janet, sing me a song.
Oh, Captain, I'd love to serenade you, but I'm afraid my voice might send you into a nosedive. How about I stick to my day job and keep the cabin entertained instead?
Did you say no nosedive?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your lead flight attendant, Janet, speaking. Welcome aboard our delightful little flying tin can, Cessna Lima 3 Whiskey 15. We're off to the fabulous city of... Please stow your hand luggage in the overhead compartments or under the seat in front of you, unless you want to make a new friend by sitting on it. Our captain, who is definitely not auditioning for a role in a disaster movie, is at the controls, and our first officer is bravely sitting next to him. Sit back, relax, and remember, if you see the captain sweating, it's just his way of showing how much he cares about your safety. Oh, Captain, I thought we were just practicing our impression of a roller coaster. But don't worry, I'm sure your flying skills will get us back on track. Eventually. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your lead flight attendant, Janet, speaking. If you look out the window, you might see the ground getting a bit closer, which is usually a good sign. Please fasten your seatbelts, as we are beginning our descent. The crew will be coming around to collect any items you no longer need, like that sandwich you were saving for later. Remember, if you see the captain sweating, it's just his way of showing how much he cares about your safety.
Janet, I think we have a long way to go. We're not even halfway there.
Understood, Captain. Just keep your hands off the snacks and we might get there eventually. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your lead flight attendant, Janet, speaking. It seems we have a bit of a journey ahead of us, so please sit back, relax, and try not to think about how our captain is navigating us through the skies like a toddler with a crayon. We'll keep you entertained with our delightful service, and who knows, maybe we'll even find a shortcut through the clouds. Thank you for flying with us.
The total flight should be about 45 minutes. We'll see how the intentions actually gets us. Kind of weird that they took us to, or wanted us to go to 04, but they ended up taking us to 9R, which is kind of weird. So they'll get better. There really isn't that much in North Dakota to look at. I'm kind of hoping that 2024 will be a little nicer. Like right now, everybody's harvesting. The trees are turning orange. Leaves are starting to fall. So, that being said, you'd think that it'd be a really nice looking flight today. If anybody's interested or curious, this is the Cessna 182 by Coronado. They released it within a couple weeks of actually 2020 coming out. I picked it up right away. I'm glad that they actually did get some of the configuration done. Like, you started out in the back seat, which was kind of odd. If I sound like I'm stuttering a little bit, I have feedback in my headset from, so you can get the say intentions. And so I'm actually hearing everything, and I don't really like it. I'll have to fix that later. Like trying to talk over yourself. Alright. So, what's cool is the say intention. It's actually changing all of our frequencies over here. When we get there, it should pull the next frequency that we need, so the Hector International Tower. I've actually not done a airport to airport or tower to tower flight yet. I've only done pattern work at Grand Forks. I kind of wish that there was a tower in Jamestown because that's where I live, and it'd be kind of cool to be going around your own house rather than, you know, 100, 130 miles away. And then like this is 100 miles away from Jamestown when you get to Fargo. I probably won't do another flight. I mean, I will, but not tonight. Like, this stream will just be us going from Grand Forks to Hector International. We'll shut down the plane, and then I might do another stream tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. I do want there to be more towers, so if I do one tomorrow, it might be from Fargo to Bemidji. The Minnesota scenery is kind of cool. Like, here you can see, I think this is the Red River. Pretty sure this is the Red River. But what's really cool is that the further east you go, the more wooded you get. Kind of interesting. you follow 94, it kind of stays like North Dakota most of the way to the Twin Cities. If you go north of 94, it's really wooded about 60 to 100 miles into Minnesota. And so you can kind of see that when you're flying, like from Grand Forks to Bemidji, or from Fargo to Bemidji. You'll go from what you see outside here to really thick forest, which is something I like. The other thing I like is going out west. Once you get on the other side of Bismarck, you start seeing hills and rock, a little more trees, but Montana looks a lot like North Dakota, just a few more hills and a higher elevation. So let's see what Janet has to say about North Dakota. Hey Janet, how do you like North Dakota?
Well, Captain, North Dakota is a bit like you're flying, mostly flat with the occasional bump. But I hear the scenery is lovely if you can keep your eyes open long enough to see it.
That was cool. Wow. Let's ask her again. What scenery do you like about Minnesota?
Oh, Captain, the scenery in Minnesota is a bit like you're flying, mostly flat with the occasional bump. But I hear the lakes are lovely if you can keep your eyes open long enough to see them.
Land of 10,000 lakes. Where is it?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your lead flight attendant, Janet, speaking. Welcome aboard our delightful little flying machine, the Cessna Lima 3 Whiskey 15, as we embark on a journey from the bustling metropolis of Minneapolis to the land of 10,000 lakes of Minnesota. Now, if you're wondering where those lakes are, just look out the window and hope you don't mistake them for puddles. Please stow your hand luggage in the overhead compartments or under the seat in front of you, unless you fancy a game of footsie with your neighbor. Our captain, who is definitely not auditioning for a role in a disaster movie, is at the controls, and our first officer is bravely sitting next to him. Sit back, relax, and remember, if you see the captain sweating, it's just his way of showing how much he cares about your safety.
We're a little to the east of I-29. We're probably a little over halfway to Fargo. I've been kind of following the Red River. The Red River will go back into Fargo, but I think we'll be probably too far east of where we want to be. Not 100% sure. So I'm just gonna backtrack just a little bit, head a little west. I did set the time for like 6:30, but I sat at the airport for like a half hour. So it'll probably, maybe not, but probably be dark by the time we get there. So one of the great things about Say Intentions, obviously we have the cabin crew and Janet just makes a ton of, odd remarks. We haven't asked Toby anything. I would kind of like to see what he has to say. But for the moment, what I do like about Say Intentions is that you do have an assortment of people that can ride with you. Janet's just kind of a snarky, humorous woman. Toby's supposed to be the same. Don't know if that's actually true, though. Then we have Uncle Harley, who is a vet, who was a military pilot, and so he can give us really good advice on, like, what to expect during flying or how to fly. For instance, I can ask Uncle Harley, when approaching Fargo, who should I contact? So let's just ask him real quick. Uncle Harley, so we're flying to Fargo, North Dakota, Hector International Airport. When we get there, who do I contact?
When you get to Hector International Airport in Fargo, North Dakota, you'll want to contact the tower on 118.3 for landing clearance. Just say Cessna Lima 3 Whiskey 1, 5-10 miles out, inbound for landing. They'll guide you in.
According to our map, we're not quite to that 10-mile mark. We're almost there. It's right there. So, at least I don't think we are. Let's see. Does it stop there? It does not. Yeah, we're 18 nautical miles away. So, we're not quite there. I do need to switch it to 18.3, so we'll do that right now. Okay, so now our active frequency is 118.3, which will be Grand Forks Tower. Let's ask him what he actually told us again. Uncle Harley, we are 15 nautical miles from Hector International Airport. Who do I contact and what do I tell them?
Dan, you should contact Hector International Tower on 118.3. Just say, Cessna Lima 3 Whiskey 15, 15 miles out, inbound for landing. They'll guide you in from there.
Hector International Airport, Cessna Lima Whiskey 15, 50 miles out, requesting landing.
Nobody's listening on 118.3.
So, they gave me the wrong information. Go figure. I don't know what the frequency is. I don't want to pause the video either. That's our airport right there. So, I don't have my phone handy either. Kind of hard to do it in VR as well. I was kind of hoping that it would give me the information up at the top here. Doesn't look like it's going to. It should though. Like, we're in the Fargo airspace now. So, Uncle Harley, what is Hector International's tower frequency?
The tower frequency for Hector International Airport is 118.3. Just say, Cessna Lima 3 Whiskey 15, 10 miles out, inbound for landing. They'll guide you in.
Hector International Airport, Cessna Lima Whiskey 15, 10 miles out, inbound for landing. Alright. So, it's supposed to pull the frequency. We don't actually have it, which kind of sucks, and I don't know how to get it on the transponder. Maybe right there. Let's see. I don't need the approach. Need the tower. Let's see. Menu. Like that. Okay, kind of stuff. Okay, we got nothing. Can't get out of this. Man. Work. Approach. Okay. Echo 9. Enter. I'm okay with that. With that. Okay, that did not work too. Alright. Okay. So, where's my airport go? Over there. Even though there's nobody on the frequency, I'm just gonna actually go ahead and make a transition. Cessna Whiskey 15, on downwind, runway 09, Hector International.
Nobody is listening on 118.3.
Uncle Harley, what are the frequencies for Hector International Airport in Fargo, North Dakota?
The tower frequency for Hector International Airport is 118.3. You can contact them by saying Cessna Lima 3 Whiskey 1, 10 miles out, inbound for landing. They'll guide you in.
That frequency does not work. Nobody's manning the tower.
If the tower frequency isn't working, you can try contacting the Unicom frequency, which is usually 122.8 for non-towered airports. Just announce your position and intentions, like Cessna Lima 3 Whiskey 15, 10 miles out, inbound for landing. They might be able to assist you.
Cessna Whiskey 15, on downwind for runway 09, Hector International. Janet, this is gonna be a bumpy landing.
Oh, Captain, if this is a bomb, I hope it's a comedy bomb because your flying skills are already a bit of a disaster. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your lead flight attendant, Janet, speaking. We are currently cruising at a height that is definitely not 10,000 feet, but it is high enough to feel superior to your average garden gnome. Just a reminder to keep your seatbelts fastened, and if you see the captain sweating, it is just him trying to figure out which way is up. Our drinks and snacks service will be starting soon, and don't forget to check out the items from the airline shop, because nothing says I love this flight like a souvenir from 30,000 feet.
Oh man, look at the sun. Cessna Whiskey 15 on crosswind, Hector International Airport. Hector International Airport, Cessna Whiskey 15 on final, Hector International Airport.
Nobody is listening on 1 to 2 and 2.8.
That's good. Not too bad. So I'm not on the taxiway. I need to left up. Normally wouldn't do that, but I kind of wanted to get down the runway a little faster than taxiing all the way down it. helicopters chilling out here. Kind of weird, actually. PG. An ultralight. Oh, right. Right. Alright, guys, that's all for me. We'll check you next time. Hopefully, Say Intentions will be doing a little bit better